What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Joseph, and welcome to Fiction Ink Flow. You probably noticed the setup looks a little different than what you normally see with one of my videos. Today, I'm doing something a little extra special. So, for those of you who don't know, I am what you would call a heat seeker. I love everything hot and all kind of spice, and I love trying to challenge myself to see if I can get some of the hottest things around. But I haven't found one that really has tested me yet until now. So, if you can see this setup, there's this show that I've been following on YouTube called Hot Ones or First We Feast by a local Chicago native, Sean Evans, where he interviews celebrities. And what happens on the show is that the celebrities that come on, he has 10 wings that you see I have right here set up for you, and he has 10 different hot sauces. So he asks questions and each hot sauce gets progressively hotter. And so they kind of go from 1 to 10 and see how far people can make it. So I'm going to do that for you live here on Fiction Ink Flow. Tell me you won't want to see that happen.
Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me it ain't good enough for you, babe. Tell me.
All right. So I'm going to go through all 10 hot sauces, and this is the season 19 Hot Ones box. So I was very kind to get this gifted to me by producer K over the Christmas holiday, and I was waiting for a moment to use it, and this is the moment today. So we are definitely going to kick it off right here. I'm going to go through each hot sauce and tell you like the names, give you a little breakdown, but I want to make it a little unique, make it my own. So I'm going to pair each hot sauce with a flame-based or fire-based comic book character. So to give it a little different twist and a little spin on it. All right, y'all ready for this journey? All right, let's go. Okay, so I have my handy dandy cheat sheet that tells me all the different hot sauces and gives you their Scoville units. So a Scoville tells you the amount of heat something is. So like for example, the first hot sauce has a Scoville measure of 1,600, which may seem like it's high, but in a realm of heat, it's like your standard hot sauce. So the hot sauces in the Scoville units progressively get higher. And we'll see how far I can take this before I kind of tap out. Hopefully I can make it through all 10. So let me give you a quick peek at all these different lovely sauces. And we are really gonna try to go through all of them. Okay. So the first one on the list, I probably won't put the box down, so I want to keep opening and closing it, and I keep it out the way so we can get more time to see their live reactions. Okay, I'll keep it up, and there we go. So we're gonna first go with the classic hot sauce. So this is the classic one they always show, usually on the show, but this one's a little different. It has a little chili maple in it. So go ahead and check that out while I kind of get ready to get this prepared. And I'll read off a little bit of what it says. This is the classic hot sauce. It's just got a little sweet refresh, featuring lots of real maple syrup and tangy apple cider vinegar, plus Fresno chilies from smoking eggs, the classic chili maple in the first balance of sweet and heat. All right, I'm opening this up. Let's see what it does on the first one. I think this one should be pretty much okay. I don't have a problem thinking I'm going in with this one. So I always open it. Okay, give it a little drops. And not like most hot sauces where you have that little spout that kind of keeps you from running out. This one doesn't. It's just straight up open. But let me give it a smell. Let's see. Ooh, I can smell the heat. So let me see what's going on with this one. This is the classic. Okay. Here we go. I like that. Okay. It is hot, but got a little sweetness to it, which is different. Never had a hot sauce like that before. So the first character I'm gonna pair this with is X-Men villain, now actually becoming X-Men, named Pyro. So Pyro is a mutant who has the power of fire manipulation. So he can't generate fire himself, but he can take fire and turn it into anything he wants. So he can make it into any object. He can make it big or small. So I had an issue of Uncanny X-Men where he had a lighter and he just lit the lighter, and it was a standard flame. He took that flame from the lighter and turned it into a full dragon and had it battling people. So some of you old heads may remember Pyro from the classic X-Men arcade game. Go ahead and check this out real quick and get a quick reminder of Pyro from that game for those who remember.
Pyro will turn you to toast.
Alright, that's what I'm talking about. That was pretty dope. So, first hot sauce down, no problem. Okay. I like that one. I like where it's going. Okay, I'm ready to keep moving to the next one. Okay. Hot sauce 2 is called Tropiquinha. It's a tropical hot sauce. Right there. Check that out. Let me give you the reading on this one. It says it's a fruity Scotch bonnet peppers combined with tropical fruit like mangoes, papayas, and bananas. It is a unique sauce from Singhai Gourmet. Lime juice and sea salt make it the complete package. Now, sounds pretty good as well. Never had a hot sauce with banana in it though, so I don't know how that's gonna taste. So, interesting combination. This one's a little challenging to open. It's not just standard like the other one was. Let's see if I can find a way to get this one going. All right, there we go. We gotta twist the top off of it. Get that going. All right. Take a smell first. It has a fruity smell. The banana's essence is definitely coming through. Let's see how this one works. But I know Scotch bonnet peppers can be pretty hot, so let's see. I'm careful. It's a little thicker than the other one. The other one's kind of more liquidy. Oh yeah, there we go. May have went too much overboard on that. We'll see. Okay. Hot sauce number 2. Okay. It's nice. It definitely has the fruit elements. I get the Scotch bonnet, which I taste sometimes when I eat like Caribbean food or something tropical. So I get that. I taste this kind of Scotch bonnet like in jerk chicken. I like that. I'm gonna pair this wing and this sauce with a character named Fire, but I originally knew her as Green Flame from DC. So Patrice DaCosta is a character in DC. She's been around for quite a while. She's made some appearances in the Justice League cartoon and Justice League Unlimited, and she has green flame manipulation. So she can turn her body entirely into this green flame. She can project it as well as being able to fly with this power and have objects pass through her. So she cannot go through solid objects herself, but if an object is coming to her, it can kind of go through her because she can like warm it up so by that her atoms and stuff make it allow to pass through without initially being damaged by her flame. But I like this one. It's pretty good. I can see me using that one on some things. I was a little worried about the banana because even though I like bananas by themselves, but banana in a hot sauce, I was kind of scared how that would taste, but it's not a bad combination. I was a little worried, but it worked out. So, hot sauce number 2, big thumbs up. Okay. Let's move right on to number 3. And hot sauce number 3, Pico Rico. All right, there we go. So let me read the card, how they describe this one. Pico Rico is a newcomer to the Hot One sauce family. Pico Peppers is bringing fresh flavor to the number 3 spot out of Montreal, Canada. Pico Rico features savory and acidic notes of tomato and lemon juice with just the right habanero heat. Now I know how habaneros can get. So I do like a habanero pepper and I like the spice of habanero. So let's see if this meets the expectations or if it's just too much. Don't know yet. Maybe it may be too much. Okay. So, like I said, once again, these things don't have a filter, so you really have to be careful how you apply this hot sauce. Well, I can definitely smell it. Okay. Let's see. Just make sure I get a little bit. Oh, this one's a little liquidy too. I'm gonna go crazy. All right. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. Okay, not bad. Okay. The habanero kicks in after about 4 seconds. It's nice heat. It's not overwhelming. And I enjoy it. And I'm gonna pair that sauce because it takes a while. I can have to taste it going down I'm going to pair that with a anti-hero from Top Cow Image Comics called Hellspawn. Hellspawn, known better known as Al Simmons, was a military worker. He was like a special black ops group, and he was tricked by his best friend and like his squad leader. They were doing an assassination attempt, and he actually got assassinated and he died. So he had a wife, and he had a daughter, and he went to hell because he was an assassin. Like, what else was supposed to happen to him? Like, you don't get to go to heaven. But when he went to hell, he met this demon or the devil. It's called Malebolgia, and Malebolgia offered him something really unique. He was like, well, I'll let you go back and seek revenge if you promise to be my Hellspawn. Basically, you're charged with going to Earth and using your powers. You're going to open up, eventually using up your powers enough to open up a portal to basically bring hell to Earth. And he agreed. He was like, well, if I can go back and, see my wife again, see the kid, I'll be okay. So he goes back, but it's years later. And he just like kind of doesn't have his memory all the way. He kind of remembers he was married, and he kind of like is putting his life back together, but also trying to figure out his powers. It's a real inner turmoil story. Really great book. It's been around for quite many years. Came out in the early 90s, and they kind of had their 300th run not too long ago. But I'm definitely gonna pair that with the Hellspawn because of the way that heat just slowly kind of cascades down into your system. So that was pretty good sauce. Okay, 3 now, no big deal. I'm like, this is easy. I may be regretting saying that, but right now 3 is okay. I think I can handle this. It's not too bad. I don't feel any kind of strange, any kind of way. I can handle this heat. All right, y'all ready for the next one, number 4? Okay, let me get that one ready. The number 4 sauce is Los Calientes Barbacoa. All right, it's a hot one's own brand. Let me give you that information for you. And let me go back and forget. I'm going to read the Scoville units on each of the ones because I think I didn't get them all. So the first one, the classic, has the Scoville units once again is 1600. The second one, the Tepequilla, the fruity one, has Scoville of 4000, which sounds like a lot, but it wasn't all that hot. Pico Rico is 15,500 Scoville units, and this one is 33,000. So let's see if this turns up the heat a little bit more. I don't know yet. So reading that card, it says, smoldering back into the lineup is the Los Calientes Barbacoa, our smokiest sauce of the season. Maplewood smoked red jalapenos and dried chipotle peppers are what give the Los Barbacoas its flame kiss flavor. Okay, so let's see where we go with this one. Okay, but as I said before, I am a true heat seeker, so I think I'll be all right. Get this swing ready. Let me give it a smell first, let you know how it's really going. I smell the smokiness and the richness of it, so that's really cool. And just another thicker hot sauce. Yeah, it's a thick flavor or thick content, so consistency. All right, you ready? Here we go. This was nice. It's almost like a barbecue sauce, but with a little heat kick. The heat isn't overpowering. It's enough, and it kind of takes you through it's a small transition. Starts off with like a small heat, and it builds, but it reaches a plateau, and then it kind of stops. Okay, so who can I pair with this one? I will pair this sauce with Ghost Rider. The original Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, a guy who was a circus acrobat doing tricks and stunts, had a girlfriend in the circus, and he kind of wanted to do all these stunts. He was like scared and not sure of himself, so he kind of prayed to like basically this devil, and that he wouldn't die. He kind of had an accident, but he wanted to keep going. So he got linked up with this spirit of vengeance and became actually a hero. Ghost Rider is one of my favorite characters. It has some really unique powers. When rides this hell cycle, and he can change and do a lot of different things with his abilities. One, he's flame resistant. He can actually shoot out hellfire from his mouth or his hand, or even use it through a weapon. One time, Johnny Blaze used to carry some kind of gun, and he would shoot the hellfire through that. But then there's been different Ghost Riders, and that's what I mean by this sauce kind of takes you through a journey of getting like a low heat, then it kind of rises and hits that plateau. So it makes me think of some of the other Ghost Riders. So we got the original, like I said, Johnny Blaze, but then you have his brother, later found out, Dan Kitch, who became Ghost Rider like in the early 90s. He was a big major Ghost Rider person, which wasn't the original Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze was like from like the 60s all the way up to the 80s, late 80s, and then from the 90s, Dan Kitch took over as the Ghost Rider. But there's also been other ones too. So we have the most recent Ghost Rider, which is Robbie Reyes, and he actually has something called a Hell Charger. So he's the first Ghost Rider that doesn't ride a bike. He rides like a souped up car. So he rides his Hell Charger. And recently in the book Avengers Forever, he's been given a special title as the All Rider. He's supposed to be the best of the Ghost Riders for throughout the centuries and everything. So he's the best, but he's yet to reach that full potential. But also with that last hit of heat that kind of brings it to that plateau, I'm going to even take it one more step further and give you that cosmic Ghost Rider. So this Ghost Rider appeared not too long ago. I think he originally appeared in a Thor story where, appeared in a Thanos story where Thanos was kind of going against himself in the future. Like he had tried to see what was going on. He got a signal from the future calling for help, and it was his older self. So Thanos was like, why would I need help? I'm Thanos. But he was like, I've defeated everybody in the universe except for one person, and it was Silver Surfer, who wielded Mjolnir from Thor. So that's why I had that Thor reference. But in that, one of the only people who was helping Thanos was this cosmic Ghost Rider who would travel through space and help him. And there was a big reveal on who this was, because for a while people were like, who is this? And when Thanos met him, he was like, you know me. He was like, I don't know you. I've never seen you before until now. And spoiler warning, in case you don't want to find out, there's a graphic novel called Thanos Wins. I suggest you check that out if you want to know. But turn away if you want it. Spoiler warning. All right. So that Ghost Rider, the cosmic Ghost Rider, was revealed to be actually Frank Castle, the Punisher. It's an interesting story how he became it. I suggest you read Thanos Wins storyline graphic novel in order to find out a little bit more about that history. I don't want to reveal everything, but that wing definitely gives me that cosmic Ghost Rider and just all the Ghost Riders throughout time feel. So that was the wing number 4 and sauce number 4. All right, that was really good. I like that. And we're gonna get to this next one in just a second, but let me finish this wing. Now we're gonna get to sauce number 5. Sauce number 5 is Flyby Jaune Szechuan Gold. Now I'm a little scared because this sauce is very liquidy. It almost looks like cough syrup, and if I hold it up to the light, it's kind of translucent a little bit. So I'm a little bit scared because it seems too liquidy compared to all the other ones. All right, let me see what the Scoville units are on this one. This is 46,000 Scoville units, and it says it's crafted in Cheddon, the heart of China's Sichuan province. Szechuan Gold brings all the addicting umami notes of chili crisp without the crisp. The oil-based sauce is one-of-a-kind flavor, lights up the number 5 wing. So that's what it is. It's that oil base. So that's why it's so translucent and liquidy. So it's more oil in it. I'm a little scared of this one, I'm not gonna lie. So let's see what happens. Hopefully it's not gonna take me out. All right, here we go. Let me get a smell first. Let me let you know. This one has a stopper. That's what scares me. So you can see this one has a stopper on it. That means it may be too hot, but you don't need a lot of that. Okay. Another thing that scares me is that it's kind of odorless. Like I don't smell the heat. Like with all the other ones, I can smell it a little bit. I don't smell anything with this one. So I'm gonna be very cautious to put just a little bit to see how this works. Let me shake it up a little bit to make sure that all the oils and the seasonings and everything is mixed up. And it has a lot of bubbles in it. Yeah, I'm a little worried. So let's see. Okay, I did 4 drops. See what happens. All right. All right, so Szechuan Gold. Now, it doesn't really taste like anything right now, but there's some heat starting to come, but it's not overpowering. It's a nice heat, it's warm, but it's not high. So I think I can ride with it. I'm gonna try a little bit more just to make sure I got this one right. Because it is oil-based. Okay? Do a little bit more, maybe I need more than a couple of little drops. Okay, that may be too much. Let's see. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a good heat. It kind of clears my sinuses a little bit. It's not burning, but it's there. It's really there. I think I'm gonna pair this sauce. Okay, I'm starting to hear it. All right, it's a delayed reaction. Let me think about that again. All right, I'm gonna pair this sauce with another X-Men character named Sunfire. Shiro Yakushima, I believe is how you say his last name. I'm starting to feel it. And this character has been around for a long time in the Marvel Universe. He's gone back years. I think he kind of debuted, if I'm not mistaken, with the all new, all different X-Men, which came out, I think in the late 60s or early 70s, somewhere around there. He was one of the multicultural X-Men when they kind of, the first original ones got like captured on the island called Krakoa. And so Charles Xavier had to come up with a new team to rescue the original team. Because we had characters like Storm debut, Wolverine, Banshee, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and I think, and a guy named Thunderbird. And I think Sunfire kind of debuted around that time. I don't think he was part of the original X-Men because he was operating out of Japan, but he did come in the system a lot and get a lot of missions with them. So Sunfire also has fire manipulation. He can burn like really hot, where he can withstand large amounts of heat and shoot that heat out. He can burn so hot that he can go in space and he doesn't need the oxygen to survive. The heat around him will sustain him and keep him going. So he's been around for quite a long time, and I think I'm pairing that one with this one because that oil that kind of just starts off, it seems like it's not doing much, but then boom, there it is. And that's kind of like a little bit reminds me of Sunfire, where he's this character who's been around. He kind of like, okay, he has fire powers like some other people, but then when he starts to display them and use them, you see how powerful he really is. One of the best versions of Sunfire was a book that came out in like the late 90s. It was a whole thing that took over all the X-Men books at the time called Age of Apocalypse, where basically the regular Marvel Universe ceased to exist and Apocalypse had basically won, which was the X-Men villain. He had won and taken over the world pretty much. And Sunfire was one of the people who was working to help free everybody. I love how they showed him in a different light, because in this version, he wore this mask and his costume was completely different, so I didn't know who this character was at first. And then he was always on fire. When he finally like depowered, he had all these third-degree burns over his whole body, because like Apocalypse accelerated his mutant gene to burn, and it like when he did that, it burned him. So he wasn't able to learn to control it for quite some time, and that's why he fought against Apocalypse. So that was pretty good listening in that number 5 spot. All right, 5 down, 5 to go. All right, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a like. If you think about these sauces or have something to say about the choices and the comic characters, go ahead and drop a comment below. What do you think? Have I paired the sauces with good characters thus far? Who else do you think is going to be on the next lineup? All right, and don't forget to hit that subscribe notification bell as well to know when new content drops just like this one. All right, and then I'm going to stop it right here before I get to my last 5 ones. Now I want to offer something a little bit special. Disney is celebrating their 100-year anniversary, and in a collaboration event, they have taken certain Marvel books and they are doing Disney Marvel collab covers. So they're referencing old books with these different covers. And I want to show you one. Let me do it right now. This is the Amazing Spider-Man issue 17 with the Disney 100-year celebration variant. I really love this cover because it has some of the favorite Disney characters in all the Marvel poses and costumes. You have Mickey Mouse as Captain America, Donald Duck as Thor, Goofy as Iron Man, Minnie Mouse as Wasp, Pluto as Ant-Man, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is Daisy as Iron Fist. All right, so there they are right there. But what I'm going to do is I am giving this book away. So the way to get this book is you have to answer 3 important questions. Send me an email, fictioninkflow@gmail.com. All right, that's fictioninkflow@gmail. First one to get all 3 questions right will get this prize. Make sure you send me your information, your contact information, so I can get this book out in the mail to you. All right, question number 1. Recently, an X-Men character has become a new Ghost Rider, one that you've never seen before. They have a blue flame instead of this red and orange type of flame. So it's an X-Men character. It's been around for quite a while. So I want you to tell me what X-Men character has become the new Ghost Rider and what book did he premiering. So it's part of the new X-Men books. There are several right now, but the character is actually old. That's question number 1. Question number 2. All right, what actual Marvel cover is this book based off of? So all these covers that are coming out for the Disney 100 pretty much are based off of some What If books. So What If has been existing for a long time in the Marvel Universe. They've recently got popular again with the What If Disney Plus show. If you haven't checked that out, it's a highly recommended show. But I'm asking, what issue of What If is this cover taken from? That is question number 2. What cover is this What If taken from? All right, finally, the last question in the contest, question number 3. In my first video, at the 1 minute and 35 second mark, what image comes on the screen that is a complete rare find? All right, once again, in my very first video on Fiction Ink Flow, what image comes on the screen at 1 minute and 35 seconds and is a rare find? All right, so you answer all 3 questions correct. Don't forget to send me an email at fictioninkflow@gmail.com. Don't forget to include your name and your contact information, and I will announce the winner next week. So make sure you check back in, and I'll make sure I make a quick video to announce the winner online. All right, until next time, peace. I'm your host, Joseph. Fiction Ink Flow. I'm your host, Joseph. Fiction Ink Flow. I'm your host, Joseph. Fiction Ink Flow. If you don't have it, you are truly missing out. What's up? I'm your host, Joseph. Fiction Ink Flow. I'm your host, Joseph. Fiction Ink Flow. I'm your host, Joseph. Fiction Ink Flow. If you don't have it, you are truly missing out. What's up? We are talking about Fiction Ink Flow. What's up? If you don't have it, you are truly missing out. Fiction Ink Flow. What's up? We are talking about Fiction Ink Flow. What's up? If you don't have it, you are truly missing out. Fiction Ink Flow. What's up? We are talking about Fiction Ink Flow. What's up? If you don't have it, you are truly missing out. Fiction Ink Flow. What's up? We are talking about Fiction Ink Flow. What's up? If you don't have it, you are truly missing out. Fiction Ink Flow.